Just like the Blues today, can't finish. Okay then, so we're redoing this match reaction because the one we did in the pub, you literally couldn't hear us because my phone decided to pick up all the background noise and not us actually speaking. So yeah, the struggles and the first world problems of being a matchday vlogger. But yeah, Derby County 1, Birmingham City 0. One of the worst performances of the season. We were so poor though, honestly, like from minute 1 all the way through to the last few minutes. Every single time we tried to get the ball forward, you know, we kept losing it, kept miscontrolling it. It was absolutely, you know, ridiculous, you know, like played so badly. And I was saying earlier in the one that was meant to go out so that you could have heard us in, it's an insult to the fans and to the fans' integrity. You know, we come every week, we put in the miles, we pay a lot of money, and you know, we get treated with, you know, 95 minutes of playing it round the back and playing really poor and boring football, really. So and it wasn't even like Derby had to try that hard, you know, they were pretty bang average really, but they got 1 goal and that was it. So Dad, your thoughts?
Kick us off, yeah. Well, like as I said before, really, it was like right from the beginning, it was, you could kind of tell really that we weren't really going to ever make any impact on the game, were we? We never did anything, we never created anything, we never caused them a problem. Easiest 90 minutes of their season. You know, they're a decent-ish side, aren't they? But we didn't do anything, did we? We did nothing in order to kind of look like we're going to win a game. And yeah, I think the writing's on the wall, isn't it, for the way we've gone about things. We've got a team that, you when I look at the players, I think, well, they're actually a good set of players. There are some really good footballers in there, but what I don't really see though is that a team is, we never look dangerous. You know, we always play the same way, and then the setup today, you know, really he's really on Chris Davis, isn't it? Because that's his job to do that. It's all okay as us fans saying, well, we should play. It's his job to get a tune out of the players. To me, the players look as if they were kind of like a bit demoralised and like they'd given up a little bit, really.
Yeah, they didn't look like they cared.
No, and I think that's part of the issue, isn't it, really, is that when the players are not feeling it, the manager's, you know, clearly under pressure, the fans are a kind of, even like proper fans, like, you know, in terms of actual match staying home and away Blues fans, not your normal keyboard warriors type of thing. Even they are starting to lose faith in what's going on. It's no surprise, is it really, that what we're going to get really is disharmony everywhere, isn't it? And we need something to change, and I don't know what the change is. You know, and I've not been one to say Davis out, because that's not always the answer to everything, is it?
No, you can't keep chopping and changing.
No, it's not just about that, is it? There's lots of things that need to be kind of like looked at, isn't it? You know, because I think if you've got a good set of players, then really we should be getting more from that.
Yeah.
You know, we're miles off it, in my opinion, miles off it. But the players today, they're just the effort and the lack of kind of any fight about the team, I don't know, just left me like feeling a bit flat about it. I've been feeling a bit flat about it for the last few weeks, to be quite honest. But today was like yet another poor away performance, especially first half. I mean, second half we were no better really, but by that point the game's almost gone.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you're 1-0 down, you're not laying a glove on them. What can you expect? I mean, the fans are kind of, you know, it's gone from apathy and whatever into kind of proper frustration and anger now, I think.
Yeah.
So
you can tell at the end as well, and with all the sideways and backwards chants there going back again. I mean, like it was. We've heard that chant a few times now, but that was the loudest I could hear it.
That chant, you know, is frustration in how we play, but it's also about how people view modern football in so many ways, isn't it? Is that so many times you spend a lot of money, you travel, you follow your team, and really you don't really see a lot of football anymore. You just see a lot of kind of over technically coached games, and they're not enjoyable as supporters. They're just not. So people can have comments on the game, that's what it's all about. But when you go to games and you travel to games, to see that in front of you, that being served that up, it simply is just unacceptable in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. If the game had been different today, and the fact that, you know, if we'd have still lost, but we'd gone and put a few challenges in, played on the break, had a few shots on target. You know, I think fans would have felt a little bit different, but this has been the same old story of like no shots on target. We had one shot from Panzo, which honestly could have gone out for a throw-in. It was that bad. And, you know, we're just knocking it about and not really looking dangerous. There was one point towards the end of the game when Gray had the ball on the edge of the box outside on the left, and he literally just, it was like we're playing handball almost, you know. It was like you weren't allowed to move from the spot, and I was just shouting at them, take them on, like move, do something with it, rather than just standing there, because it's just so obvious of what's going to happen, really. So yeah, we'll bring in Mr. Jack Kelsall over here. Yeah, thoughts? I was trying to think of a funny thing to introduce you as, but I couldn't do it.
It's quite funny, isn't it, that we've had to redo this because it's made me even more angry than I previously was. You'd think I might have mellowed by now.
I'm more angry than there was in the first time.
My other brilliant comment in the first one apparently was that you can tell it's been a bad game when you two are as angry as I usually am.
Yeah.
And I think that is still true, isn't it? You're still both annoyed about the result, annoyed about the way it went. Again, like I said in the first one, which no one will ever see.
No.
It's like lost media.
No one could ever hear it anyway, so it's not going to be worthwhile.
What I mimed in the first one was that I just end up saying the same thing every week, so there's no point repeating myself. You know my position and everything that the club are doing, or the team's doing at the moment. But it was just embarrassing again. I mean, like I said, these games matter to Blues fans. They matter because we have history with Derby. They matter because they're somewhat close to us in the league and also in the country.
Yeah.
But to turn in a performance like that, I just thought was shameful, really, and shouldn't be tolerated, and wasn't, to be fair. I don't think anybody was saying it was good. But again, it felt like, you know, you're getting closer to the end with Davis. And if I'm honest, I think I'm at the end with Davis. I don't really want more of this. You know, there was points where I just literally was pulling out my hair, which would be helpful. Probably need a haircut. But like Beadle, I've just come to my end with him, really. I just cannot be bothered watching him slice it out of play for the fifth time in one half. So yeah, it was a really bleak day. You know, which is a shame because it was a nice day, wasn't it? It was a nice sunny day. You know, like what I was saying, the pub was very nice.
Yep.
And Blues fans, as always, are in good spirits. But yeah, we are so taken for mugs every week, really, with football, especially football fans, but especially Blues fans, because we can see what's wrong. We can see how you're supposed to play the game. We know Blues better than anybody else, and yet we're the last people they listen to on what the hell you're supposed to do with it.
I know, yeah.
Because everyone can see that it's not working. Everyone can see that you need a better way of playing, a more exciting way of playing. Because we go up and down the country every week and watch better teams. I mean, it's just like, how many years have we watched better teams than us? We know what needs to be done, and we just ignored. And that gets really annoying. And I'm not sure how much others can take of how much of this. So, you know, I've lost my mind a bit, really, with all of it. So I'm in favour of changing it up, making something new, and making sure that next season doesn't start on a downer, because we ended this one so terribly.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to be lucky to stay in the top half, I reckon, at this rate. Because we're, 2 points off 17th? So,
yeah, I mean, that would be like a real kicker, wouldn't it?
That's our favourite spot, isn't it?
It
17th,
is, yeah.
isn't it? We could actually end up back in that same position, which then would beg the question that obviously we got rid of John Eustace because he wasn't playing enough style of football we wanted, but we could end up back in the same position, you know, or, you know, as we've been in other seasons, isn't it?
It's like saying at one point in the last one, I just remembered it, is that we had our ex-captain and ex-manager dancing on the pitch after today because they've moved one step closer to possibly being in the playoff race, and we kind of got rid of that for I don't even know what now.
I'm so wrong, you know. I don't disagree with making that change at that point, but if the club's made no progress on the pitch in that time, then you have to question those decisions, don't you? We're no further forward, are we, as a football as a football club more generally? Yeah, we're miles ahead, aren't we, where we were? But on the pitch, if we end up 16th or 17th, then we've made no progress, have we?
Which is the only place that matters.
Yeah, that is literally the only place you can do whatever you like in the community and foundation of whatever, and business and partners. But if you can't make a successful football team on the pitch, then you've failed, haven't you? And that's the big ask now, isn't it? Can United turn that business experience into producing an actual successful football team? Well, so far, the jury's out, isn't it?
Final thoughts, Jack? Anything to touch on about the future and what happens for the rest of the season?
Well, in my life, don't know actually. I haven't really thought about it. No, with the Blues, it's getting a bit sickening really to come away to away grounds and have the piss taken out of you every week. So that's a consideration for many Blues fans, especially ones that don't have to go, haven't got a season ticket or whatever reason. You know, I think I heard somebody saying behind me today that that's the last game they go to this season.
Yeah,
because
I heard them actually.
It's just what is the point? So I don't know. You know, they were lucky to keep me in the ground because it was only 1-0. If it had gone to 2-0, I would be out at the back having a nice time. But because the game was still technically alive, you're still supporting them.
That was one thing I was going to say actually. Like the fact that we were 1-0 down, only 1-0. It made me think, like, towards the end of the game, and I've had this so many times with Blues, and thinking, like, well, we could get an equaliser, couldn't we? But I absolutely knew from watching us, not just this season, but just all the seasons we've had in recent years as well, I knew we weren't going to score. I absolutely knew it. We couldn't, honestly, we couldn't get a cow's arse with a banjo.
No, we never looked like scoring a goal, did we?
No.
As I'm saying, we didn't do anything in the game, nothing of any note, really. I mean, we didn't have a single shot on the target, did we? And apart from the one that Vicente had, which was offside, we didn't do anything. We just didn't impact the game whatsoever. It's just totally unacceptable. That's not a Birmingham City supporter sort of performance, is it?
No.
So,
like I was saying earlier, getting stuck in, having a few shots, getting on the counter attack, giving the fans what they want to see, some entertainment,
some of the game, which we did not do. No, absolutely didn't do. So, I don't know what the future holds at the moment, but in the immediate presence, so something needs to change. And you know, we aren't necessarily people who want to just jump and say Chris Davis should get a sack or anything. Like. We've not said that. We've tried to be more considered. But judging on that today, you can completely agree with why people want to change, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I've been trying to, balance up and be a bit, diplomatic with all these things in recent weeks. But even still, like, people who have been saying, like, Davis out for the last few weeks, I can start to see their reasoning and the thoughts behind it because...
You're coming over to my side.
Consistently.
Consistently over to the light side.
The opposite, the eternal pessimist is the down movement to call yours.
I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? Jack's been critical all year, saying we're kind of going nowhere. But he's actually been proven right, hasn't he? So people telling him to say, stay optimistic, stay positive. Well, actually...
He's been realistic,
isn't he? Realistic, yeah. Common sense is telling you with your eyes, not some supercomputer that costs £1 million. Something's telling you in front of it, something is not right. This is not a championship promotion winning team, is it? And so they can tell you that as much as they like, and put as many videos out as they like. But that in front of you is just simply unacceptable.
There you go. Last thing, actually, because Jack's already made his thoughts clear on that. Dad? Are you Davis in or out at this current stage?
I never like to kind of go and say that because I don't think that's the only answer, is it? But if the season we've had and the more and more the performances that have been put on, it's not about losing, it's the performances, and there's something completely not right about it. So I'm still on the fence a little bit. But if they made a change, I wouldn't be unhappy.
Right, yeah.
Like I said earlier, if they gave it to Tony Mowbray for the last 7 games, I'd probably be quite happy about that. Because at least you give you an upward bounce to start next season on a high. If we drag our way to the end of the season, it'll just cause chaos amongst the fan base.
So, there we go. Another happy away day.
Thanks for sticking with me.
The vlog will be out later tonight. Hopefully this one has audio that works on this because this time I've tested it and you can actually hear us. So be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to leave your thoughts on the game in the comments down below. And keep right on. Dad always has to do his points as well. This video is proudly supported by RM Risk Management, providing a comprehensive range of services tailored to UK property managers. Visit rmriskmanagement.co.uk to ensure a secure tomorrow. This video is brought to you by Glow Creations. Capture, create and illuminate with Glow Creations. Transforming coaches into speakers and leaders, and studio space for cinematic video, professional photography and broadcast quality podcasts. Visit glowcreations.io and go with Glow.